Right. So, Taurus, underlying energy is the Three of Swords. Y'all, come on. This is like, you're making my heart just cry right now. And it's not your fault because this is old situations. And it's affecting your ability to plan for the future right now. So, I mean, the Two of Cups keeps trying to fall out too. So I feel like there is something coming up for y'all. Something that's triggering the shit out of you right now. And you're unsure of, and it's making you question your plans for the future, I feel like also that even you planning for the future at this time is affecting those old issues to come up. It's bringing back old pains and things that were never really properly healed. So this is one thing that I would like to really go into right now, especially because as far as the Three of Swords, this is talking about, you know, healing that wasn't done exactly right. As you see here with the card, that the swords are healed inside the heart. They're not properly healed. So there needs to be like a time to deal with those issues. Because after this, you know, after the Three of Swords is the Four of Swords, and that's when you guys can really take a break and rest. Okay? So let's go ahead and get to the heart of your reading here. Okay, I'm already shuffling. Alright, so the heart of your reading is the Nine of Wands. So y'all are feeling really tired, right? Really battered. But the really awesome and resilient thing about you, Taurians, is that you guys are tough. You guys don't give up. Alright? There is one thing that is true for y'all. You can be exhausted up to the wazoo, but when it comes to doing what you need to do, y'all know how to really just buckle down and do it. And that's one thing that I wish I had the capability of. And I'm a Taurus rising. I messed up. Like, I think I said I was a Taurus moon, but I'm actually a Taurus rising. So I'm pretty good at that. But you guys are excellent when it comes to moons and suns. You guys are really good at buckling down and just doing what you need to do, despite how you're feeling about it. And I know y'all, okay, you guys want to take naps and chill out because that's what I want to do half the time. And here I am rambling. But the point is that you guys are in a situation where you're not ready to give up. You guys know that there is still work to be done here. And you're completing the ending of a cycle so that way you can get to this new beginning here that has the potential of financial and emotional stability, security, and support, okay? So that is a pretty wonderful kind of step. It's like, well, considering like the last reading, this is pretty good as well. Despite that you guys are feeling really tired and the Seven of Swords is in your underlying energy, I feel like this is really this is really strong, I feel. Now in the past, you guys have the Empress. So this is talking about a period in time where y'all created your future. You created your abundance. And I feel like this is you guys also even previously manifesting your new beginning here, right? And I feel like you are also doing a bit of caretaking, maybe a bit of like reconnecting with nature and with your feminine energy, just relaxing and receiving energies. But more so though, I feel like a lot of you guys are really we're starting to begin to like manifest what you want to start creating and building the things that you really want to strive for. You're creating your own abundance, and that's what the Empress is known for doing, creating her own abundance, okay? You got the Seven of Swords. Sorry, Page of Swords with that. Page of Swords. Okay, Page of Swords. So, I feel like... Okay, so remember last reading you all had the Page of Swords as the heart of your reading. I feel like maybe something that was said, even if it was harsh words, right? I feel like that was a kind of like you use that as an ammo, pretty much, to create the exact thing that you were looking for. So whatever you guys have your mind set to, you guys go out and create it. And not to mention, the Empress is the card for Taurus. You got literally 2 cards that represent Taurus up in here. So, interesting, right? Cool. But most importantly, though, I feel like you guys were possibly even received a message that can that triggered something to really begin that cycle, to begin that manifestation process. And right now, you're hitting this, routine card here, the Hierophant. Okay, there's another card for Taurus. Y'all could seriously be interacting with another Taurus right now, but I feel like this is more about self-love. This is about you guys. Because the Three of Swords is something that's internal. That's with us. That's, inside of us. That's no one else. So I feel like in regards to this here, I feel like this is you guys really just trying to get to a better spot, trying to get to a better place. You're really working on it, right? You manifested what you want. You created this one little seed to push you towards that abundance that you're looking for. But right now, you're really kind of, keeping the routine. You're keeping things balanced. You could be dealing with something that is requiring routine and like a schedule, pretty much, a construct of some sort. Y'all could really, you guys could be faced with some difficulties in regards to the traditions, right? But I feel like really there's hardly any hurdles. Let me go ahead and clarify the Hierophant too. I feel like you definitely, created your future, or you created an idea of what your future would look like for yourself, and you put it in a routine, right? You got things going. And the Two of Wands is clarifying the Hierophant. So you guys could be in the process of, I guess, like, maybe there's a situation where you're trying to get a routine going, or you're in the process of getting a routine going. You just have to figure out which path to pursue exactly, and like which direction to take to get to that, to that abundance. Fair enough, right? So right now it's pretty much deciding between like what path you're going to be taking, what kind of routine you're going to be taking on at this time to really get what you want right now. I'm still having issues to figure out what exactly this Three of Swords is all about here. This could be about possibly healing those old issues as well, honestly, because the Three of Swords, when you see the Three of Swords, you would know that the swords are there, so you can begin the healing process. So yeah, I'm thinking that big time. So, all right. But how you see your future is a little interesting. You have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is where the two people can come in, right? But I felt like this was more about the struggles and the healing within you more so than anything. But this talks about, the Five of Pentacles talks about struggling, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you struggle alone, and nor does that mean that there isn't help available to you. It's up to you to figure out whether you want to take the help that's around you or continue to go on your own path using your own resources. Okay? That's one thing that is interesting, because right now it seems like you're having a bit of you're struggling right now in regards to getting this, this new abundance that you're looking for, the happiness, the stable beginning, perhaps even with, beginning a spot where you're feeling more comfortable to have a partnership, right? Because I don't know if this Nine of Wands is a very defensive energy. If you guys are single or you've recently become single, this could mean that you guys are trying to get to a spot where you're ready to be that person that you were, to have that relationship again, because the Three of Swords there is past pains. So you're really trying to recover, trying to regain some sort of stability, something that really can ground you guys right now. And I feel like you guys putting it in projects and putting in the work to really redevelop yourself. Okay, because you got the Hierophant right here. You're trying to figure out which way you want to go. You guys are trying to make sure, or trying to find a spot, or trying to find the right path to be the best you that you can. But remember here that when times get tough, y'all, you are not alone. That's one thing that you have to remember. You're not alone, and there's help available to you. You just got to be willing to see it, and open to receiving it. Because look, I love y'all, Taurus, but you and I both know you can be stubborn, but it doesn't mean that you guys are so stubborn that you're willing to drive yourselves into the ground. Okay, you guys are really smart, so I trust that you won't be working so hard that you just, you end up being all, all hurried up, because I'm not having that. I love y'all. Okay, now the crowning energy is the Eight of Wands. So communication, clear cut, precise, fast movements, swift movements. I don't know if necessarily moving fast is like exactly the thing that needs to kind of go on. I mean, you don't want to dwell on certain spots or kind of like be, take too long in a certain area. But at the same time, I feel like the greatest way to really get to what you want, especially now, is not only is to recognize the people that are there to help you. And with the Eight of Wands coming up, that's definitely talking about communication, speaking, talking about passions and exchanging words. So this could help you get to that spot that you're looking for. This could really push you towards the path that you were meant to take, to really get in the routine, to really rebuilding yourself and rebuilding rebuilding yourself and your relationship too. I feel like there is a situation in your relationship as well that for those of you that are still in relationships, it's not exactly the easiest, and you guys are like really trying to get to a place where you can at least start being more, supportive of each other and having more of a stable path. Okay, but I feel like this was set in motion, right? Some of you guys could have recently had a child, actually. I just realized, because the pages are children as well as messengers. And it's clarified by the Empress. For some of y'all, you guys could have literally given birth to a child that's an air sign. So congratulations for all of you new moms and new parents and new fathers out there, okay? Because that's awesome. But also, I mean, I feel like, this either you guys could have given birth to somebody, so, give a little, you guys had a baby, or, this is possibly even, like, because if you're having a child, you want a more routine path, and you're trying to figure out the best option for your family to go, for your relationship to go, right? Some of you guys might be wanting to have a child. The discussion could have been about children, wanting to conceive and ready to have a more stable kind of environment for your children or for your next kin. And I feel like that's why there is so much need to figure out what path you're going to be taking to get to that stability. And even though your future don't exactly look so bright, it just pretty much tells me that no matter what happens, you still have your partner with you. You still have a lot to talk about, obviously, with the Eight of Wands coming up. And that remember that things happen for a reason to help us be better. And if you are in a tight spot, if you're in an area where you're not exactly sure if you're going to be able to fully get out of, remember that anything that we're put in, or any situation we are not meant to deal with it, but we can handle it, because nothing is given to us that we cannot handle. Okay, now so big key things to remember, guys. Remember that help is available to you, and communication can really push you guys towards the future that you're looking for. You have also no place like home. So this is talking about finding authenticity to yourself, which is another thing. This is another card that's really made me think about really getting yourself right? Because even though you're in a relationship right now, or if you're single, this is finding the stability and the comfort and the love within yourself. Okay, so this is all about understanding and accepting your authenticity and finding the home and the warmth and the comfort within yourself, within your heart, within your uniqueness. Okay, because we're all strange. Look at me, I'm strange. All right, but that's something comfortable. That's something I can always, go home to in a really stressful day, that I know I can understand myself more than the whole world. Okay, so that's something I'm still working on. I'm not perfect at it. Like, I still need to work on that. But that is what it's talking about here. So finding the stability in the, the confidence within yourself can really push you to a more stable home and a more stable environment to begin new things, to have children, etc. And then you have, this could be the one as your romance angels. So this is saying that you've already met the romantic partner that you seek. So this again can explain again, you possibly like trying to find a more balanced and a more stable kind of relationship and foundation for your partner. And not just for your partner, but for yourself and for whatever future that you guys want to have. All right? This is the person that can really get you there, I feel. Whoever you're working with, they're working with you. And I feel like, in a way, considering that this, how this reading is playing out, this is one that you guys have harmony, complete harmony and unity with. This is somebody that that really balances you out and really kind of works with you, almost as if that you guys are meshed into one person, which is really wonderful. That's what I'm getting from this. All right, Taurus. This has been your reading. I feel like this is a really good step up from the last reading. It's a little gradual, of course, but considering everything that you went through in the past month, this is pretty good. Okay, this is pretty good. Remember that you always have someone to talk to. You always have someone around you. Remember to communicate, because this is going to be hell of important.